Hey, what's good? It's your girl, Miss Aaliyah Renee, and we are here again this week with a new episode. Man, y'all people been in y'all feelings, boy. I'm telling you, y'all been feeling real some type of way, boy, with this game. The game. So I know everybody's pretty much seen what's been going on social media where the men feel some type of way about what the game said, and certain men. And then, us women, it's like, oh yeah, that's what a man's supposed to do. So today I do have one of my close friends that's going to be on the call with us as well. We're just doing audio due to some technical issues. We wasn't able to get the video, but it's coming soon. Still a work in progress. But this is something that I'm definitely passionate about, especially with the relationship part. And every relationship is different. I understand that there's different dynamics for relationships. But I definitely want to give the insight for those who are traditional women. I consider myself a traditional woman. I was raised in a church. I was raised seeing my dad provide for my mom, the mortgage, the groceries. She helped out somewhat. But he took care of my mom. He gave her allowance, and she worked as a school teacher as well. And we wasn't rich. So if you don't know, here it is. This is the comment. I'm not going to read everything because, again, this is a PG show. It's for everybody. So the game was on his Twitter, and he tweeted, "Why she got to pay half the rent? She giving you half the or something. Niggas kill me since the beginning of time. Real men have always taken care and shelter," is what he was supposed to say. Care of shelter, providing and protecting. And if you ain't got it, go get it. Boy, y'all niggas was feeling some type of way when he said that, boy. And I agree. Now, here's what I agree to. I agree to it as a perspective of a couple, like a marriage. Now, and we're dating maybe a year, 2, 3. But at some point, I gotta feel like, okay, now if I marry you, are you gonna be able to provide? Because a man is a provider, right? That's the whole thing. If you look at the Bible, the man is the provider. You got the rib from Adam. He gave it to Eve. Boom, boom. He's supposed to be taking care of Eve. I want to talk about the story. We all know what happened. So with that aspect in mind, when I get married to someone, I take on your last name, right? So I'm a Simpson. My daddy's been in my life. My daddy's taking care of me. So what I look like leaving his name, taking on your name for you not to be able to provide me somewhere to stay. And my whole thing is, if you're dating someone, that person knows who you are. That person knows you're not a rich person. They know what you can and cannot afford. So they wouldn't be expecting you to go out and get a mansion. But your foundation is at home. You have to have something to stand on to even ask for this woman's hand in marriage. You're asking her hand in marriage. You go out and buy the ring. Typically, that's how it works. So if you're asking me to pay half the rent, that's a roommate. So I'm going to chime in, this is Kevin Hickman, Street Fame TV. If y'all know, I used to be Miss Aaliyah Renee from Street Fame TV and radio, celebrity grade A. And Kev, you still there?
Yeah, I'm in the building.
What's good with you? Tell the people about you.
Hey, man, you know what it is, man. I'm just listening to what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, in reference to, what's going on with the game, in this comment, you know what I'm saying, like, when I hear what the game is saying, I think he's talking a different perspective of woman. You know what I'm saying? If, like you said, if you're married, if you're been dating or cohabitating for a certain period of time, and all that shit really makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The man is always supposed to provide because that's what the man does. You know what I'm saying? And naturally, if a man wants to keep what he has, he's going to provide. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's some type of disconnection or some type of dysfunction, and he may be trying to correct that or try to get that in line to the business because the man is a leader. You know what I'm saying? So if there's some type of disconnection there, you know, he may buck and try something different. But, you know, communication is always key. You know, being able to make sure that somebody understands what the whole game plan is, brings stability and security. You know what I'm saying? But like if it's something new, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you know, we're not talking the same thing. But if it's something that has, y'all been together for a while, y'all building something, it makes sense that like, the whole goal is to free her up. You know what I'm saying? Let's free her. You know what I'm saying?
From the streets.
You know, every relationship I've ever been in, you know, I've always wanted to make sure I've somehow liberated the woman that I chose. You know what I'm saying? Not to sit her at home and be a slave to you know, my every need, but to kind of build a whole nother empire. You know what I'm saying? Because you're making money for somebody else on somebody else's, you know, clock. If that could be your dime, if you the guy, you the man, and you got the money you can provide, if she's bringing that money down to the household, imagine what that is as a business. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what her skill set is. And a lot of cats don't understand that, and unfortunately, that may be the disconnect. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when I think about it, you know, I look at, you know, where I want to be, you know, traveling. You know, I'm older Kev now. I ain't the younger Kev no more. So, you know, I got grandkids. I got like 3 granddaughters. I'm like, damn, nigga, but I'm still the sexiest man alive. Shit.
PG. Can I get PG? Can I get PG? PG. That's when people get cocky.
My bad. I forgot what we was on.
Yeah, we on PG.
Hey, hold on. This is Aaliyah Renee.
Yeah. She don't play that. Okay, yeah. She's PG.
Hey.
So the thing is, because I've talked to several people and you happen to be one. I had one of my homeboys said he used to think 100%, now he's on the term of 80-20, which is still cool. But I'm just like, are we doing 80-20 on your name? Because that's just like, yo, for this, it's like, if I got to do all of this and we married, should not be, let me keep my name. You take my last name then, since you want to play that role. You take my last name. I pay the bills. It's cool. Here's the thing. This is what I definitely want to say. This is not for the girls that's out here. What's the song? Get the money, then leave. It's not for these girls. We're not talking about them type of girls. We're talking about wholesome women. We're talking about those who really can do for themselves. They don't need a man. But having you in your life or their life is something that helps enhance them even better than what they are. So we're talking about a woman that's already got her foundation. She works. She's take care of her home. She got her own career. She got a car. She don't need you to provide for her. This is what I'm referring to. I ain't talking about the gold diggers out here. And I feel like Game is talking about the same situation. Like the girls who are really women who can do for themselves. And now that you want to, now knowing that I can do for myself and I add you in my life, what can you bring to the table for me? So that's the first thing I guess people got to look at. We're talking about a woman who's stable by herself. She don't need you. You ain't got to pay her bills. She can do it herself.
Got it. So now, like I said, we're talking about, like, when you talk about men, you know, you can't just say, well, one type of woman. Because there's, realistically, when it comes to a man, there's no such thing as one type of woman. You know what I'm saying? Because multiple women have the same traits and the same characteristics. So, just because one income or one job title seems more status driven than another, that really doesn't give way to moral status. You know what I'm saying? Like some chicks just grimy regardless. They can make plenty of money.
That's true.
Still doing what they're
doing.
We
I said wholesome.
But yeah, I know we still on the wholesome, but when we talking in general, we got to include, and I didn't say anything, I don't think I went too far beyond the wholesome. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying we got to remember there's a lot of people with different intent. So when we include that intent, you know, we got to look at it different, because just like if your son or my son or my daughters or anybody's children go out there in the world and experience life, we don't want somebody's bad intent, you know what I'm saying, to be involved in their life. You know what I'm saying? To get them involved in something.
But you know this, like if you dating this girl, you're not about to be paying. First off, I wouldn't even let my son, if a girl, you got to be stupid you doing all of this and you don't know this girl. So that's on you. If you make that decision,
well, yeah.
You gotta know. The thing is, we're past that. Let's go past that. This is a girl you've been dating. You've known her. You've been dating her for 2+ years. You've known her. You've seen her hustle. Yeah. She has drive. She helps make you a better person. Boom, you want to marry her. Y'all start talking about.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. Like I said, what I was speaking to before was like something newer. Like if you're a 2+, hold on, if you're a 2+ years, like really after a full year, like stability years, not up and down roller coaster shit, like stability. Y'all like, we vibing, we on the same accord for a year. Like at that point, in my mind, you married. There is nothing else for y'all to do. But
nah. I can't agree with that.
Hold on. Watch this right here. If you can vibe with a person for a full year with no interruption, like no disharmony nowhere, for a full year, like 12 months, you mean to tell me, in the Burning Man voice, you mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying, that's marriage. Really, because you're at one for a full calendar year.
Yeah, that's
a lot. That's a lot. That takes a hell of a lot.
It's a lot, but still, my thing is 8 months.
But see, the thing about it, you can't name nobody that's been peaceful for a fucking year.
Can I get the? Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
God.
I'm sorry. Hey. I'm sorry.
So, I ain't doing editing. This is like basically live, okay? So, we looking at it like, and this is why I try to, the things that I bring to perspective is people that's similar to me. So, right now, my fan base is those who know me. They know what type of person I am. Like, I'm a ride for you. If I'm your friend, I'm a ride for you. If I don't deal with you, I don't deal with you. So, I'm looking at this is a girl that you've been with, and I say 2 years because it's still, you working things out that first year. You're still working. It's still like, it's different seasons of a person, and the older you get, you have to learn that person through all their seasons, because people change. So a year is like always the puppy phase. After that year, you start seeing some things that you ain't, because you was in love that first year. That first 8 months, stuff might have been good. So I can't look at it as a year. We're talking at a situation.
I've never seen anybody, like truly, not me. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak of nobody else. Like when they just, the entire year, they had no, see, what we're talking about, maybe 2 different levels of a relationship. When I say no interruption, like they had no disagreement. They're on the same page.
Yeah, I don't know, cause I had it, with my daughter's father, but then when we did finally have an argument a year later, it was a major one, so
okay.
Each person.
What was my original statement?
Each person is different. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's stay on to like what we really, the point of man being a man. It's to be a provider.
Well, a man's gonna always be a man.
No, it's some men boys out here. Men boys.
There you go.
Men boys.
There you go.
They don't want to take on that accountability of being a provider. And you know what's different though?
That's the difference.
With this new age, with the dang on social media and all these different platforms, relationships are different. It's like things have changed. And it's some of us that's like, I'm very, very traditional. I'm cool. You come home, I'm cooking. take care, I wash your clothes, I do, you know what I'm saying? You can help out, If something came to the point where you lose your job or your income, you get sick, if you love that person, who wouldn't step up? Like, some people like, oh yeah, so what's she gonna do? Or, and even with me, I couldn't sit at the house like that. You know, I'm gonna go try to hustle some way. I just don't need to be punching no clock. I want to have my own business.
Here we go. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Like, we got two different things that you got to divide what we're talking about in a sense, two different areas. Like, there's a dysfunctional way of looking at it, and then there's a functional way. You know what I'm saying? The dysfunction is this motherfucker ain't doing what.
Yo, Kev. Oh my God! Like, you gonna make me have to.
My bad. No, don't do that. I got you. This person is not doing, or this guy, this man, is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's dysfunctional as a man. That's a dysfunctional man. When you have a functional man, you probably are not even going to be having these issues. So some people have these issues and some people don't. So when we speaking to the masses, we speak to both, because some people don't have these issues. They may have other issues. You know what I'm saying? But so, you know, you're talking about a man saying that he doesn't want to provide half of the rent.
The fool.
If he even stand
not half. The full amount of the rent.
Okay, when I say the half, the other half, that he's providing his half, but he don't want to provide the other half of the rent. So being that he doesn't want to provide the whole amount of the rent, you saying, look, what type of man is this? So then you must then question, okay, what's going on in a relationship? Because they're together. Hold on. They're together. What's going on in a relationship? Bruh, is she coddling you? Is she treating you like her son? Is she babysitting you during the daytime so you ain't got to go to work?
You driving her car?
Like, I mean, real talk.
Is her name on your car that you driving? She had a cosign for you?
Hey, regardless.
Let me stop for these when they get in their feelings.
No, I ain't,
you know they be in the comments. I don't want no problems.
I feel sorry for them. But when it comes to a woman, she has expectations. And normally for a man, when she looks for him, it's provision, it's protection. Those are the two key things that are in her mind frame when she's looking. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what he look like, what he got going on, can he do these two things will be the determining factor. Regardless of all that external shit that he got going on, external things that he has going on. You know what I'm saying? See, I keep forgetting. See, for a moment, I just did street pain mode. But either way,
I gotta rub off a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, you gotta rub off a whole lot.
Yeah.
My mama, she'll probably be one who will listen to this, be like, Kevin, let me talk to you.
My mom was like,
but either way,
this nigga cursing on your show.
I know, right? Hey, tell her I apologize. Mama, I love you. I apologize. For real. When you see me, don't hit me with that.
He still ain't got the holy water yet. He ain't been around me long enough for it to rub off.
Just let me get a plate. Just let me always get a plate. You know what I mean?
Alright, so let's I can't prolong it because I don't like my joints being super, super long. Oh, what happened? So I don't like my joints being super, super long. So just for the guys who, you know, felt some type of way with what the game says, just understand it. If this girl you know, she knows who you are. She knows what you can afford. And any woman that really loves her man, she with you. If you low-key broke and she's still with you, she ain't there for your money. First thing.
Well, let me tell you that right now.
Second thing.
Let me jump in like hot shot. realistically, most chicks are not dating a guy because of anything but his pocket. I mean, according to their standards, they're not dating a guy because he can't afford their lifestyle. They're dating a guy because he can afford their lifestyle.
To some extent. To some extent.
No, I agree with you. To some extent. Like, something like you feel like you can build him up to them. I can provide this, he can provide his $15 an hour job. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, they talk shit about some people who make that type of money. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's what my workers make.
At least you're working. That's the first thing. I feel like everybody's just looking at the issue of because the game is financially stable, and you can't even say you don't know what that man got to pay for, honestly. But his level of a woman may be totally different than your level that you can even get. You might can't even get the type of girls he get. You know what I'm saying? Because of his status. We're talking about you regular dudes that work your 9 to 5, got your entrepreneurship going on. You got a girl. She wants a provider. She want to make sure that if something happens to her, you can.
That's what I'm.
Kevin gonna stop taking my show over. That's why I don't have co-hosts.
Because he can't provide. Like no woman's doing that. Like every woman is looking like when she choose that nigga, she know he can provide.
Not always. You assume, you hope. And sometimes it don't always. That's a whole nother show right there, Kev. You running me.
I know you. Hey, what you said? What you say they do? They assume and they hope.
They assume, and you see potential that some of them don't always meet. But I'm about to really like wrap it up. So the main thing I'm saying is, you know, if you look at the Bible, the man's supposed to work, the women take care of the house. That doesn't mean we got to go back to the H. It doesn't mean we got to go back to the H part of stuff. Yo, my nigga. I'm trying to wrap this up because this joint is already 22 minutes. Yo, this is the Aaliyah show. You know I don't play that on Celebrity Grade A. This nigga.
To summarize it, I'm doing what I do.
This nigga gonna take my show.
To summarize, I'm gonna take your show over. To summarize it, all men and women who are on responsible things deal with things responsibly. Now those who don't, they don't. We can't always address dysfunction when we talk about people who's not in dysfunction. Let them be dysfunctional.
He say y'all niggas that's not out here paying that 4% are dysfunctional. That's what you saying.
Yeah, man.
You know they gonna be in my comments mad. Like, why is you doing this? This is what I'm saying. Just know, like.
I'm just saying. Look at her. I ain't saying they dysfunctional, but get the cash up.
It ain't even that. It's just if you love her enough for her to take your last name, you're going to protect her. You're going to provide for her. And it shouldn't be any issue.
Like I said, we're saying two different things. We're talking about, like, we're talking about three different types of situations. So within all three, if you're a real man, yeah, if that's your wife, yeah, you got her all day long. It don't make no sense to do nothing different. If she's your girlfriend and y'all been living together for a certain period of time, yeah, you supposed to be taking care of that because y'all supposed to be moving towards marriage and doing everything else. If it's some chick that you just fucking with because you ain't got nothing else to do on
nigga,
earth, I mean,
I'm about to mute you. This is right here. Exactly.
Somebody that you seen on Thursday that you thought that you just want to see on every Thursday and not forever.
And I don't think the game is even coming on just any type of girl. We talking about, like, again, this is just for. I'm about to mute you.
I named two types of chicks.
So the whole takeaway is, if you're a guy and you're with this girl, you really care about her, and you know you see her quality, you see what type of female she is. She's there for you. She's not a gold digger, and if you into the gold digger stuff, I mean, that's cool. But we just talking about, as a provider, we do look for those type of things. And some of the women, that's on y'all. But me, my relationships, I've been the person that done everything. So at this point, ain't no man gonna tell me I can't. The next person that's gonna come in my life is not gonna take care of me to a certain extent, because I've done this for all the rest. I'm not I know my worth at this point. It's not happening. I'm not signing for cars. I am not putting the crib in my name and you in my house. We not doing that no more. That's like you level up to a certain extent. And if you don't feel okay with that, that is fine. That means you're not for me. You're not for that type of girl. So at the end of the day, you attract what you want. And if it doesn't work out where you guys can't determine on like who gonna pay who, then it might not be meant. Because again, that foundation, that house to me, or that home that we have is a foundation where we can build and have children. We come every night to get our relationship stronger. We there after work, we're there. Now, the man taking care of the house doesn't mean you go out here spending his money and just buying whatever you want. It doesn't mean that you can just, you know what I'm saying? But you know your girl. You know when you deal with this type of woman, you know what type of girl she is. So I didn't get to say all the things I really wanted to say. And you know, I definitely would like to bring it back to see what you guys say. It's not bashing the dudes that don't do it, but it is levels to the relationship depending on, you know, what you want out of it. If you want this girl to do all these wifely things, you have to be a husband. And to me, and what the Bible say, a husband is a provider. Me paying half the rent, I'm providing half of my portion. You know what I'm saying? So it's, again, your income. Y'all can talk about that. You ain't got to go out here and buy no mansion. She knows what you can afford. And later on, if you guys sit down and talk and be like, hey, in 5 years, I want to get to this stage. You know, it's all about communicating. But at some point, you got to feel like you're going to be, she got to know that you're going to be the provider. Point blank, period. Y'all tune in. Let me know what you think. Kev, you got anything to say before I end it?
I was trying. I don't know if you got me muted.
This nigga was muted.
Hey, she done muted me.
I did.
Hey, look at her. This what I was trying to see if you could oh shit, you don't go, there you go. All right, this is what I was trying to see if you could answer for me. Like you said at the end that most women expect a man to be the provider and the woman provide a portion. Like when you're talking about, you know, and this is not me personally because I'm good, but when you're talking about somebody who, like you said, somebody who doesn't move like I move, and they have a certain type of job, and you're saying, look, hey, he say, look at Aaliyah, hey, you know, hey, he's a good guy. You would turn him down.
I would turn him down.
You say you would?
Say, I ain't hearing you. My phone is like, it's too much going on with this. I gotta get this thing right. It's gonna get right. It's somebody calling me.
Hey, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, here's my advice to anybody who's anything. When you're choosing a mate, make sure you choose somebody who functions, moves
Like you. Period. That's it.
Because guess what? If you don't believe in certain things and they do, there's no need to think that one
You're
day
gonna have problems.
them to stop believing with.
Yeah, you're gonna have problems. You have to be with like-minded people. That's what the Bible say. Don't be unequally yoked. That goes with the same as with your beliefs of if that girl cool with that 50-50, that's on her. Right here, it don't work like that. So don't be in my DMs trying to holler at me and you know you with the 50-50 because it ain't gonna work. I'm not that type of girl.
How much you need? You the type of girl need how much?
I ain't put no number on it. I ain't put no. You talking about the ring?
You need 100% yet.
Oh,
no, I ain't saying the ring.
Oh yeah, I need you to pay that. I need you to be able to pay that mortgage. You know.
Yeah.
Best believe she gonna put money in. Yo, I help pay the bills around the house, but that mortgage, that rent, them lights and that water, that's on you, baby. That's on you, baby. I got you on everything else. Everything else, I'm cooking. I don't have no problem cook. I cooked when I was in my 20s when I had a fiance with 2 kids. My baby had a full live health condition. And he would tell you, I cooked. I did everything else at 23. 23.
Yeah.
Because why? I was raised in a family where I saw this type of stuff. So sometimes when we're raised like that, we do it in relationships as boyfriend and girlfriend. We become wives to niggas who ain't even our husbands. You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? And right now you a whole geezer.
Your mama a geezer, nigga. Alright, y'all. Definitely thanks for tuning in. Comment. I know this joint was out of order today, but again, it's my show and my joint is fun. You know what I'm saying? I like the joint to be a little different sometime. It ain't all scripted. This nigga trying to take my show, so that's why I don't have co-hosting. Cause now, this is my joint. You see the background with Aaliyah in there? This is my joint. This is my joint. But definitely. Alright, yo, thanks again, Kev. You know, we gotta definitely do this. So they can see your face, you know what I'm saying? See the old school. See the old school.
All that sex appeal, y'all can see what your man should look like.
Oh Lord.
That's all I'm saying. If he ain't there, you need to dump that nigga.
Hey yo. Again, thanks y'all for tuning in. Comment, like, subscribe. Keep rocking with me. This thing gonna get a little bit better at this point. I ain't technical friendly. I just do it because I can. Like I say, I do it because I like it. Y'all niggas do it because you like. Oh, that didn't even make sense. That ain't even how my little thing is. But hey, y'all have a good week. Don't let that joint stress you out. If it works for you, it works for you. Just don't knock what somebody else feel like they worthy for. You feel me? Y'all have a good weekend. Good joint.